Let's see what he's got. Maybe we can do one about Don Bosco. There you go. Just saying, those stories are out there. All right, so we're going to head into a little trailer talk. We're going to be talking about the trailer for the remake of the film Speak No Evil. Speak No Evil is is it a Swedish film? The original?
I believe Danish.
Danish. That sounds right.
Yeah.
It's only came out a couple years ago. This is actually a Shudder acquisition. They bought this film. Let's see here. Let me share the screen real quick. We'll look at the particulars before we dive into the trailer. So Speak No Evil, this is the original one. It's directed by Christian Taftrup. Written by Christian Taftrup and Mads Taftrup. I have seen this movie. I think it is a particularly interesting movie for right now because it's kind of like pro-xenophobia in a weird way. Like the message of the movie is like, yeah, don't talk to people. Not quite that extreme, but it was funny to me to see all of the horror bloggers really talking this movie up. Because I was like, don't you guys like kind of understand the subtext of this film? Like fear of the other and how it's like justifiable. You get that?
It also just came out at a similar time. I think it was kind of near the end cusp of like the COVID hysteria and everything.
Yeah, it came out in 2022. Yeah.
Right. So people were still kind of on that edge where they wouldn't want to like engage or be social with multiple people at once or even in like closed spaces. And the film basically shows the end all fear of like doing something like that, especially if you have a family and you're just like engaging with strangers and then like trying to become friends and whatnot, especially in an exotic location where they are at or if you're just traveling. It definitely taps into some of those relevant fears of the time.
Relevant fears, but it also assaults our notion of etiquette and politeness. I mean, the whole movie, you know, the characters are given plenty of opportunities to realize something is weird and we should leave, and they don't because of politeness, because they're too polite. I mean, the movie makes a point of that. It's that they're being way too fucking polite while all this weird shit is going on. So I'm kind of curious if they're going to change or augment any of that for the American remake. The American remake, right here, where is it? There it is. Speak No Evil, 2024. A family is invited to spend a weekend in an idyllic country house, unaware that their dream vacation will soon become a psychological nightmare. It's directed by James Watkins, and I looked up the director. He's done a couple things I've heard of. The Woman in Black from 2012.
Right.
I think his first film is Eden Lake, which I think I've seen.
Pretty underrated. Michael Fassbender's in that one. Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, I have seen that. That is a pretty good movie. Kind of like reminds me of like Kill List.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
It's been a long time.
This one has James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis, Scoot McNairy. I actually really like Scoot McNairy. And I like James McAvoy. I actually like a lot about this movie, even though I don't really kind of... Well, I guess I do get why they remade it. It's like it is kind of just like a cash-in type deal. Like it's a good story. I think that people will respond to.
On the premise alone, it makes sense why they would go with someone like James Watkins after Eden Lake. It's kind of somewhat of a similar kind of twisted tale where like, people are just in the wrong place at the wrong time and they kind of wind up around like weird people that are not their own. And like you were saying, like it gets into that xenophobic angle.
I think it justifies it though. It makes an argument that like, you shouldn't be so polite. Yeah, butch up a little bit, dude. Yeah. Don't just trust fucking people that seem nice. Like
they might have ill intentions.
They may have ill intentions, buddy. You know, especially, and then it even gets into stuff about nationalities in the movie, because there's a confusion about where these people are really from, etc. But all right, we'll check out the trailer for the remake. I don't think I've watched the trailer yet. I'm not sure if I have, but we'll discuss further.
This is my husband, Ben.
Patrick Feld, this is my wife, Kira.
This is Agnes.
Has some trouble communicating. He can give.
You know what I wish? I wish Scoot McNairy and James McAvoy switched roles.
I
think James McAvoy, that's way too obvious. My opinion.
He's a little too like, yeah, maybe I'm just kind of like still brainwashed by his performance as the Beast in in the last couple M. Night Shyamalan films.
Yeah.
But like he already like comes off as a crazy guy. You know?
Yeah, he already looks wild. It's what my dad used to complain about with The Shining. He's like, of course Jack Nicholson goes crazy. Jack Nicholson was always crazy. He's crazy from the first time you see him.
Yeah.
Kill.
Nice Vespa. Yeah, isn't she? You should try.
Can we?
I won't call the fun police if you don't.
Okay.
Io lo so che mi chiami anche da diversi fusi orari. Ieri siamo stati esagerati.
Back before I quit my practice.
You know, I'm not going to lie. This does look like a magical place of vacation. And I might, too, get swept up in the moment. Might find myself at a weird person's house. I'm just saying. Would you like to go here? How much do you think this costs? Jesus.
Yeah, I would go, but I would go with a friend at least. You know, I would not go alone. I don't know. You just never know what's going to happen out there.
Yeah, definitely don't go alone to this family vacation spot, Jeremy.
Right.
Somebody will say something.
You're right.
Who the fuck is that guy with his goddamn camera?
Yeah, why is he filming everybody?
He keeps saying B-roll and then shooing me away. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's for Tape Tech
Doctor.
2, damn it.
Yeah, I need B-roll.
Yeah.
Listen, you have to come and visit. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah? Yeah. Done.
It's so quiet around here. Don't even have any neighbors.
Hey, you made it.
Welcome.
Ta-da!
You are VIP guests.
Just to remind you.
Oh, it's got that lady. I think she was in a show with Scoot McNairy. Catch All Fire or something. It was about like the beginnings of the internet, essentially. Halt, Catch Fire. That's what it was. And then she was the newest Terminator in Terminator.
Oh right,
Dark
oh, my gosh.
Fate.
Right.
Barely
I'm not used to her
recognize
with-
her.
I was gonna say I'm not used to her with long hair.
I'm not used to her not being all butched up.
Yeah.
Just to remind you, I'm a vegetarian.
Our gift to you.
That is so. I'm.
Louise, doctor's orders.
Very good.
You see, it's the subtle invasion.
Yeah.
You know, that's our theme tonight. These alien invaders. This subtle, like, kind of faux pas here.
The vegetarian. No, not the the vegan tubers are gonna have a problem with this scene.
Dude,
I think.
yeah, Vegan Gaines, when he sees this, Durian Ryder, he'd be like, mate, that's disgusting, mate. That was a soap. I don't know why he sounded like that, but
You don't know where that chicken came from.
not like my cats.
Yeah.
That apparently he says he gives them meat. I don't believe him.
Settle in. I promise you guys. Could be a great weekend.
How long's it been?
17 years.
17 years.
Wow.
You get less for murder.
Also, I like they're like, yeah, it's a remake, guys. Why don't you just show the whole movie in the trailer?
Yeah.
Just show us the beat for beat escalation.
Yeah, this is like the 25-minute mark of the movie so far.
Yeah, well, this is like the Cliff Notes version of the story.
Yeah.
Something's not right with him.
He has a condition. Makes it hard for him to communicate.
Sometimes it's okay.
Yeah, he's a little boy in 2024. That's his condition, pal. Too
And his parents
rambunctious.
are crazy. Yeah.
Trebling says, quote unquote, I didn't recognize you as a woman, you say to her as soon as you meet her on set.
You to think things, but you can't actually say them. Oh no.
Thank God there's a doctor in the house.
I'm not a doctor.
What?
But didn't you say you were a doctor?
Did I?
Yeah.
Look at their faces.
Dude, I tell you what, as a grown man, at this point in my life, I no longer have patience for shit like this.
Yeah.
And I would be like, okay. And then I would just get my kid and get in the car and I would just leave.
Yeah.
Of course I'm a bloody doctor.
Agnes, why don't you and Aunt show us the dance that you've been working on?
And what is wrong with you? Just feel the way.
Like, he's too scary
Yeah.
off the bat. You know what I mean? Like, Scoot McNairy in this part, I think would have been more interesting. Or what do you think?
I did. Yeah, it's just like what's. This is the point. I'm going to assume this is like the 45-minute mark. I don't know how long they're spending with this family in the remake, but yeah, at this point, like we're out of here. And in fact, if you follow us, we're going to call the cops here. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'd be doing everything I could to get out of there, and I would have been before this for me. It would have been the chicken. I'd been like the next morning. I'd be like, we got to go.
Yeah. Somebody take the stand.
But like, just James McAvoy, he's just such an intense, like hulking figure.
Yeah.
That you just kind of right off the bat, you just assume. You assume that that's going to be used for intimidation and to be scary, like a scary movie guy, you know? I think it would be a little bit more effective if Scoot McNairy did it because he's just more of a slender build and he's a little bit more fey, for lack of a better way to put it.
And unassuming, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And he could add like more of a creep vibe to it probably.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Did you see James McAvoy in the film Filth?
Yeah.
That I think that was like the first big role of his that I can remember that led to this like escapade of just doing like these much more crazier
roles,
like going forward, you know, because he started off kind of like he did kind of start off as like the more feeble, you know, kind of afraid kind of guy until like he. I don't know, like got more
because it was like
then,
the Last King of Scotland, and then there was Wanted,
right?
And then after that, he starts doing those X-Men movies, but it's like Split, Filth. Those both kind of came out around the same time. Yeah, and he's kind of locked into this kind of intense, scary guy. Yeah, a little bit of a caricature.
Them in your feet. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the one.
I mean, he's already showed him once. I mean, how many times this kid got to be told?
Right.
I mean, if he did it right, you know, this is, you know, basically he's like a Joe Jackson type figure. Yeah. He just wants this kid to be the best. This kid want to be the king of pop? You better get stepping, buddy. It's in time. Thank you.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? I want to pack up the car and I want to leave right now.
They're literally showing the whole fucking movie, dude.
I know. This is
every major moment from the movie. This is crazy. Is this the Robert Zemeckis school of trailer cutting?
Yeah.
He's like, no, just tell them everything. That's what they actually want to know. And you know what? It sucks, but it's probably true.
I'm just sad to see you go.
That's just a friendly smooch. I mean, what's this guy's problem, dude?
They just start snogging in the next scene.
Like it would have like also kind of helped to underline the tragedy of manners if James McAvoy was this guy, because he's clearly more physically capable.
Yeah.
Right? Or at least you would assume if you were to just kind of, you know, generally size them up. And it would have added this extra element, like, you know, he's really trying to just be a nice guy. Like, he's trying to just be a polite person, which would kind of help to underline one of the themes of the story.
And at least going off of this trailer, like, this is clearly much more of a Western example of, like, how exaggerated it is. Like, you know, there's issues with the original as well, but this is, like, it's getting too over the top. And I think that it's even kind of missing the point a little bit already. Just
I guarantee
trailer.
you it misses the point.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that. You know, it actually reminds me a lot. We were talking before we got on stream of Matt Reeves. It reminds me of Let the Right One In versus Let Me In. Matt Reeves' remake, American remake. Just it's very similar. You know, it even seems like it's filmed in a similar way as the Matt Reeves Let Me In remake, in terms of the cinematography. But yeah, this is kind of what it reminds me of, because I feel like it's going to be mostly like a 1-to-1 remake with probably a few augmentations, maybe for cultural references. But also, I think that they're going to mess with the subtext a little bit. I don't think they're going to go so hard in the paint with like the xenophobia stuff. I think they're going to lean into the polite stuff. Yeah. That's what they're going to lean into.
I'm just sad to see you go.
You're gonna go out there and be completely normal.
been pretending it's normal since we got here. Dad?
Oh, it looks like they completely changed the third act, which they're showing you.
Yeah. Yep.
Remember that time you guys came to stay? You flipped out and tried to leave without saying goodbye?
They couldn't even leave that up to the imagination?
It's basically a very straightforward retelling now, and
Yeah.
not like a subversive one. So,
Trebling says, McAvoy should have played Macbeth in that 2015 version starring Michael Fassbender. Just let him go full ham with it. Dude, I'd be down for that. I don't really like that version of Macbeth, though, because of what they do with Lady Macbeth. They turn Lady Macbeth into a victim.
Yeah.
Which is fucking not at all the story. Austin Calloway says, Nancy Travis is beautiful. Trembling says, definitely. I agree. She's a looker.
Yeah.
A real cutie patootie, as they say. Well,